Good morning, it's November 17th. This is To My Liberal Friends. What does the Democratic Party believe in today, and what exactly does it stand for? It's a question that a lot of people are asking, and there are no clear answers. There's no doubt that there is a war waging within the party, and that has only served to further confuse people, and especially the voters. So the next question, and that might offer some clarity to the first, is who is the leader of the Democratic Party? I have a difficult time identifying who that person is and where they intend to take the Democratic Party going forward. Well, first on the list would have to be Kamala Harris. She's currently on her book tour touting her 107 days tome that is based on the fact that she only had 107 days to campaign. She is the former vice president. She also had over $1 billion and still lost. And let's be honest, she lost to someone that keeps surprising the pundits over and over, and I'm talking about Donald Trump. If you read Ms. Harris' book, you'll find that it's absent of any political philosophy, and she spends most of the book making up excuses as to why she lost, and none of those point the finger at her. The book is shallow and demonstrates a bitterness that she has towards multiple people within the Democratic Party, and she does point a finger at them for her loss. For those and some other reasons, she is certainly not the leader of the party, in my opinion, but who knows? We would have to mention former President Barack Obama, who seems to resurface again and again and try to lecture the public about what they should think and how they should vote. But he's old news, and he should take his cue from George W. Bush and do what other presidents have done in the past, disappear into his private life and allow others to step into the spotlight. But I suspect that he still believes he matters, and that his endorsement and nod of approval will sway the voters. I also believe Donald Trump will be exactly the same. He won't go away either. Next up, we have California Governor Gavin Newsom. When you look up empty suit in the dictionary, you're probably going to see a picture of Gavin Newsom. He likes to be photographed and talks in circles about policy, but the current state of California should tell you all you need to know about Gavin Newsom. He bends to the wind on political issues, and other than being anti-Trump, he offers nothing new to the public. Yet many consider him to be the standard bearer for the Democratic Party. He's trying to straddle the conflict between the progressive wing and the moderate wings of the party. That'll be a difficult thing to pull off, and time will only tell if the boy wonder can achieve this goal. I asked this question because I read a recent poll done by Politico. It was conducted after the elections early this month. Democrats were rejoicing in the victories and simply ignored whether they took place in traditionally blue states. The poll was asking, who is the leader of the Democratic Party? The results were anything but conclusive. And here are the results. When asked this question, I don't know got 21%. Kamala Harris came in among people first at 16.1%. Nobody came in third at 10.5%. Chuck Schumer came in at 7.7%, but I think that number is going to fall precipitously after the government shutdown debate. Hakeem Jeffries came in at 7.4%, and there's our boy Barack Obama at 7.4%. Gavin Newsom, he clocked in at 6.2%. And surprisingly, Joe Biden came in at 4.4%. Those must have been the ones they asked in a senior citizen home, those suffering from dementia, because he's certainly not the leader of the party. Those were the top vote getters in the poll, and I found it amusing that almost 1% said Donald Trump. What planet are those people living on? But looking at those numbers, you can only come to the conclusion there is no clear leader. But two names that did fare well on the list were Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at 1.1% and Zoe Mandami at 0.3%, are some of the better known Democrats, but they're also both members of the Democratic Socialist Party, and it's telling that the overall poll does not share the same level of excitement about them that the left wing of the party does. The most interesting comment about the poll came from Lauren Harper Pope, a Democratic strategist and co-founder of Welcome PA, which supports center-left candidates. Quoting her, "The party's divided factionally and ideologically. I couldn't tell you who the leader of the Democratic Party is either, and I work in Democratic politics." End quote. That's the dilemma facing the Democrats. There is no clear leader at this point, and I don't see one emerging as long as the conflict between mainstream Democrats and left-wing progressive Democrats continues. The other factor in this equation is what is their policies other than being against Trump. And none of the people on that list have any real policies going forward. All they talk about is being against Trump. And that's not going to be a winner in elections. This has been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening.